Hello, this is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at the El Paso County Criminal Justice System.
I'm very like fashion. 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 I'm very like fashion.
These ninjas keep coming in my room, and they force me to braid my hair and join the Mexican Mafia, but I don't want to be in there, but they have me put my hair in like 1,000 braids, and they wouldn't leave my room. So,
We live a life. 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 We live a life.
I hate you back to answers. Okay, bye.
Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday. We made it through the whole week. Yay, you guys and me. Woo! Let me say hi to everybody. Let's see who we got in here. Let me scroll up real quick. Hey, Angie. Hello, Melissa Jade. I'm glad you like my thumbnail. Thank you. Hello, Grace. Hello, Petunia. Nadine, my boo. Sexy Wild Thing, McLovin, freaking baby face claws. Hello. Hello, Christine. Hello, Crime Crochet and Coffee. Hello, Megan. Hello, Sadie. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Angie. Hello, Care Bear. A million sparkles. Hello, hello, Angela. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Neat Noodle. Good to see you. Hey, Nurse Kristen. Good to see you too. See, and I want to, hey, Creative Minds, Pointer Lover, Amanda, Sarah Bellum, Christine. Hi, okay, let me see. Canarist, I think that's how you say that. Hello, Brady Gardner. Hello, hello. How was you guys this week? Hey, Grandma Cece, good to see you. How was everyone's week? Hey, Natasha. Hey, S. Hockett. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Lydia. Hello. Hello, Caleb. Hello, Teacup Kraken. Hello, Molly. Hello, Devin. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Grace. Hello. Well, welcome, first timer. Who knew? I'm glad you're here. Welcome on in. All right. So before we get started, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll get this show on the road.
And Kai, when you're on Jen Lou's channel, what do you do with the like button?
Smash, smash, smash. Yeah.
All right. Make sure y'all give the stream a thumbs up, and we'll bring up our girl, Allie. Hopefully she's ready. And here we go. Hello, Allie. What you doing?
Hello, nothing. Just feeding the kids and excited for us to get back into the calls because it's a lot less stressful than some other things that we've been talking about. And yeah, it's a little bit of a, I don't know. I just missed it. I'm happy to be back with you guys. And yeah, what are you up to?
Pretty much the same thing. I'm happy to be back with everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do over the last few weeks. Allie and I've been asked, or asked and accused of exploiting and all the and glorifying Leticia. And I don't know. Sometimes it gets to me and it does give me pause. Like I want to make sure that we are not doing that. But I really don't think that we are. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I haven't heard yet from today what it was said exactly, but I do know this. I don't believe that we are at all. And I only heard once I told you like the end part, and I heard
Yeah.
you were asked, is this the same as what's happening with Sebastian's? And you're like, it's not really my place. Well, I'm gonna say I don't think it's the same. Well, you said, closed and open case, but other than that, I think it's completely, absolutely different. This is not even about the case. And I don't think it's glorifying her. And not only that, we've all, including me and you, spent a ton of money on the calls. We need to put them out. That's just what it is. And guess what else? When we do a request, if we can get Chad Daybell's calls, we're going to sit there and listen through those after we pay for them. And if people don't like it, I kind of feel like, well, then don't watch.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't all bad today. There was a lot of really nice things said, actually. So,
but I don't mean with like them. I mean anybody that doesn't that's not interested, then just don't watch it.
I agree.
But to me, yeah, it's not about the case though, and I think that
no, it's not. It's not about the case. It's not. It's not. His name is not tagged in here. I would never do that. We would never do that. His image is never shown. So okay. Let me close this. And the way we're going to start tonight is we're going to start with the May 2021 video visits. There are only 3 of them. We were going to try to put the video visits with the calls, but these calls or these video visits, we've already played the calls that line up with them. So there's one on the May 1st, May 7th, and May 8th. And then we're going to pick up where we left off with May 14th, just regular jail calls. So keep your peepers open because I put missing children's posters across all of for the overlay. So we'll be listening to, we'll be listening to her calls, but I want you guys to be paying attention. You never know. See something, say something, we have 100 people in here. It's 200 eyeballs. So I feel like it'll be good. All right. Crime, crochet, and coffee. Why are you confused, babe? All right, that's what
because she said they're wondering. There was another. I don't even know exactly what was said because I haven't seen it yet. But I guess it was just kind of brought up in passing that we're glorifying Leticia, or something,
giving
like
her notoriety by doing these calls and drawing attention to her. And I can understand why on the surface it might look like that if you don't listen to or watch what we do with these calls and with these video visits. So I don't want to make a huge deal about it because it wasn't that big of a deal. It's just that I tell Allie all the things and I talk to you guys and I tell you when I'm feeling like a little apprehensive or whatever. So I just wanted to let you guys know if I'm a little off, once she starts talking and being fucking ridiculous, it'll all come back.
I just have to say, I think that people who might look at it that way first I wish that they would just take a second and think about it like this. Like if it was a case that they followed from the beginning and were invested with, and they had the chance to hear the jail calls of the person, if you're complete a case you're just so interested in, invested in 100%, if you had the opportunity to hear those jail calls, wouldn't you do it? And then also, if you had the opportunity to do it with your friends, not to
Right.
mention, like I said, we've all spent a lot of money on these calls. I know I've spent over 1,000 at this point after what we just ordered and stuff. And
Right.
so, yeah, I just think that, try to look at it like that. And it is what it is. Don't be down about it. We're going to do our thing. And sometimes not everybody's going to understand you or what you're doing. And that's okay.
You're right. You're right. But I want to say it wasn't hate. It was, listen, I have to give props where props were due. I was asked. And I got up and I talked about it, and I thought it was a very good talk. I thought it went really well and it was really productive. But I do think about things. So
Yeah.
no, we're going to leave it there because it's all fine. And I'm going to play this video call from Leticia with her and Harley.
Okay.
And is everybody ready?
He's ready.
Oh, let's change these closed captions for crazy Leticia. Let me see. We don't want green font. What color should we? Let's give her red.
Yeah, red's perfect with what you have going on up here anyways. And also, I love the look of the blinds over her face like that. Like it just looks really creepy and cool. I like it.
Oh, thank you. I be trying out new stuff, and I sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. This one worked out kind of good. I like this one. All right. Thank you very much. Yes.
Can I read to you Claus's comment just before we start? She
Absolutely.
says, think about it. Showing these calls could help someone and save a life. Someone ignoring red flags, they see it and do something about it before it ends, like this case. And that's so true. And there's a million other reasons I could name that, why it's interesting or could be beneficial to people to see this kind of stuff. But that's just one of many. And I think that's a great point. I mean, so true.
Yeah.
Or you might see, Melissa talks about this all the time. Like she's like, I know people like this in my real life, like that lie like this and manipulate like this. So it's just interesting to.
I couldn't, I'm sure that I probably met somebody like this a time or two in my life, but I'm really good at just, I'm an Aquarius, and one of our superpowers is our ghosting ability. We can ghost a person and make them question their own existence. So for me, if I don't vibe with somebody, I'm not going to be rude or anything, but I pretty much just avoid them.
Right.
So I just
yeah.
I can't really.
But think if it's your family, which I would avoid them too, but sometimes you can't avoid family,
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I do think there's something to be said about Leticia is a special brand of evil. And that's not in a good way. Like she's, her level of lies and duplicity, like they know no bounds for real.
Yeah.
I mean, and she just, it never ceases to amaze me how quickly she will come up with a lie when the truth would be easier. The lie is what's complicated. I don't understand it, but I do, it is fascinating to watch. It's also fascinating to watch people react to her.
I agree. I think that it's one of the most interesting deep dives I've ever done. And I'm really glad that we've done it. And I'm really proud of what we've done. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think, some people might not understand, and that's all right with me. But I just think it has been so interesting, and I've learned so much, and following the case so closely. Like a lot of this is not about the case, of course, right? But if we think about the calls we're about to get, they kind of coincide with things happening with the court process, and that kind of stuff is very it's interesting and eye-opening, and it's just more layers of factual information that hasn't really been uncovered yet. These things haven't really been looked at anywhere, so to get to do it,
that's true. I'm excited for those calls.
Oh, me too.
Okay. Should we get started, babe?
Yes.
Okay, so as you can see, this first one is Harley, so here we go.
Okay.
Hey, I was like, oh my God, where is she at? Oh,
I'm at dinner, and then I looked at my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, and I started.
oh my God, I've been freaking out. Hey, I was like, oh my God, where is she at?
I'm at dinner, and then I looked at my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, and I started freaking out, and then I ran.
Well, I figured you were at dinner, but I was like, where are you at?
It's called Fire and Smoke.
Oh, where's that? Like, where's
It's
it
by
located
the
at?
beach. It's like this steak place or something.
Oh, who you with?
From my friends.
Oh, you always say my friends, and you never give me any names. You never tell me who sends flowers. You never tell me this. You never tell me that. You just be like, my friends.
Can you see? Can you see me?
Ha ha.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see you. What do you got on? You better not have on a hoochie
I'm
mama
wearing
stuff.
a dress.
Oh, what kind?
Pink dress.
I don't get to see.
Look.
Oh my goodness. Cute.
And I'm wearing my
Oh
Reebok
gosh.
sneakers.
Wait, you're wearing
Yeah,
sneakers?
it looks cute with a dress.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, don't be doing anything to get in any trouble. Remember, Jesus has a very respectable lady in your heart. He's in your heart, and anything you do wrong, you're committed against the Holy Spirit.
Know. Were you in a wheelchair?
Wheelchair? No. Somebody else might have went by in one, not me.
No, there was just like this thing, and it said that you're in a wheelchair. They said that you were spotted in a wheelchair.
No. Oh, wait, who said that? The internet?
Like a news broadcast.
Said I was in a wheelchair.
They said that you were spotted in a wheelchair.
I mean, not that I'm aware of, but then again, it could have been one of the other personalities, who knows? It could have been Janelle, because, she'd be coming out and doing crazy stuff, because she was crazy for 3 days. But no, I'm not in a wheelchair. You want to see?
I'm
Look.
glad. I was scared.
You're like, oh my God. No, you know what? I bet you I know who it is. There's this girl named Danielle, and we got like same long hair, same everything, and she's from Texas, and she talks country too, and I bet you money that's who they saw, because she's in a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody like on a video visit and saw somebody background in a wheelchair.
Know.
Why would it matter if I was in a wheelchair or not? Oh my God, there's some crazy people there.
I was like, reading the thing because Miss Dee had texted me and was like, did your mom tell you that she's in a wheelchair? And I was like, what? What do you mean?
And then you had to heard from me.
I read it and I was like, yeah, she was spotted in a wheelchair. And I was just envisioning you rolling around in a wheelchair.
Wait, but that's all it said is I was spotted in a wheelchair? That's it. Like, that's it. Done. Nothing. It's just like reporting live.
No,
she was spotted in a wheelchair.
There's a whole what's it called? News article.
About the wheelchair? Oh, I was about to say, God. I was about to say, man, these people, man, this is what drives me crazy. You think this is why I be seeing paparazzis out the windows? Because they be out back, you know what I'm saying, along the creek. And I just be like, hey, oh. And I'm just like, this is why I be losing my line, because we're always stuck in there. And then everybody's going wild right now because nobody's showered in 3 days, almost 4 days. And they wonder why I lose my mind and go ape shit crazy. This is why. And then on top of that, I'm in a wheelchair. I mean, unless it happened and I didn't know anything about it, which happens a lot because I freak out and disassociate and go into another world and have no idea what's going on. I don't even know if I'm going. I don't know if I'm coming. I don't know my name. I don't know nothing. I was in there the other day. The lady came and got me, and she was like, "Put your clothes on. Why are you running around naked?" I was just looking at her, like, what is she talking about? It took me like her talking to me like 2 or 3 checks to be like, "Oh crap, why am I didn't not like butt naked, but I was just freaked out, stir crazy. My hair was all in mats." I mean, it was the craziest thing. But anyway, I know it's gonna cut off any minute, but I just wanted to see your face. I was freaking out, and that girl, I had to give her. I didn't have to, but I gave her coffee, and I gave her noodles for let me borrow her tablet because you have to sign up for times, to like use the machines. And she was like, I was just freaked out crying, and she was like, I got you back. She was like, I know you're under a lot of scrutiny, but I got you back. She was like, and when you get out, you better not forget me. I was like, I'm not, girl. I said I wrote down everybody's name in my book of the people that I'm gonna get back to and help. I was like, have a noodle and some coffee. So I can't eat dinner tonight because I gave her that noodle, but it's okay. I'll be fine. Well, I'm so jacked up and wired up because, like I said, I've been crazy, ape shit crazy for 3 days. I was biting my arms. I got bite marks all on them. And then I even drew a keyboard on here. And I had to talk to the people in my head on the keyboard.
Oh my gosh.
And then I tell them to stop. And then there's dark forces right here. And then I tell them to stop and then no. And then these suckers, why do they have look, you gotta see this. They have my name as Lee Ann.
Yeah,
Who the heck is Lee Ann?
I know.
I wrote the people and told them, hey, I said, that's not my name. Can you take it off? You know what they told me? That's your name. I said, no, it's not. They was like, yes, it is. They told me they had verified that was my name. I was like, that's not my name.
I've seen
But,
that.
I changed my name. I tried to explain them. I said, yeah, I changed my name to Taylor because, Saul went to Paul. I said, now I went from Tisha to Taylor because Saul went from Paul to Paul. Anyway, be careful.
Okay.
Get home safe. I love you so
too.
much. Don't be doing bad things. Drive safe. Watch out for crazy drivers.
love
Okay?
you, bye.
Love you.
Fucking Tisha. Okay. So here we have Harley has a night out on the town. She's just chilling. Everything is going swimmingly. And then she gets a freaking call from her mother. And of course, Leticia has to take any and every opportunity to make it all about her. Hey, I'm Kayleen. Hello, everybody coming in. It's good to see everyone. She makes it all about her again, as usual. First, she starts out with, wanting to see Harley's outfit, which Harley looked adorable. Harley is a very, very pretty young lady. And I think that the longer she is away from Leticia and away from her toxic tentacles, as it were, I think she's going to do great things. At least I hope so anyway. But Tisha just plain sucks.
Yeah, she does. And Melissa said in the chat, and she's 100% right, and she was actually saying this the other day, it is so abusive. It is so abusive that, look, you don't get to see your daughter. You don't get to talk to her. You don't get to watch her go on and have a family. You don't get to see your grandbabies. You don't get to see her do, make money, get her first job, graduate college, any of that stuff. You get to talk to her for a very little bit, for a couple minutes. And during that time, it can't be about her. Now, you might ask her what she's wearing or whatever, but Tisha's so jealous. I don't even know why she does that. But I don't think it's to tell her how beautiful she is. But you can't make it about Harley. It has to be about whatever you're scheming, whatever this plan is, whatever you're trying to get away with. And it's disgusting. And it is absolutely abusive because here's Harley. Think about it. The 18-year-old kid who has no parents. She gets a call from mom and it's this shit every time.
I put a keyboard on my arm and then there was dark forces. And that Leticia is, feeling some type of way because Harley is young and she's free. Literally. In every sense of the word, she's free. Where Leticia is locked up where she belongs. But as soon as Harley got on the camera and started talking and showing her outfit, the first thing Leticia did was touch her hair. Okay.
Yeah.
And, then she has to, well, I've been I've been ape shit crazy. And, Paul changed to Saul, or Saul changed to Paul. So I used to be Tisha. Now I'm Taylor. And, Janelle, as if Harley knows who the F Janelle is. Come on, Leticia. Shut up, Leticia. Also,
Yeah, exactly.
I forget who it was. Who asked me? Hold on just a second. Let me find it because I want to do it for them, but I can't. I think I scrolled too. I think I lost it. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Christine. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I will do Aunt Brenda. Hold on a minute. Let me think of what I want to say. Now, Tisha Lynn. Hi, baby. You got to know, Tisha Lynn, you got to take a shower, Tisha. There's about 17 pounds of grease in that hair, darling. I'm not going to send you a piece of money. And stop telling people that you ain't ate dinner because you gave away a noodle and a coffee. You're humongous. Okay, holler at you later. Bye-bye, baby. There you go. There's some Tisha. Or there's some Brenda for you guys.
Are you wearing your bra?
Are you wearing? Did you leave your bra in? Tisha Lynn, Harley even left that bra in the back of her trunk. Now that you can't. What did you teach that youngin'? Did you teach her that was all right to do? It's not. Now you weren't raised that way. Come on, Tisha Lynn.
You weren't raised that way. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Well, let me just say though, there is. God, she has the worst grammar listening today. Like there was a few times she did the why come or weren't in the wrong place. But the audio is messed up on it's just on the video visit on the first one I've done so far.
Oh, no.
Well, I still think we should watch it because Amy gets there 10 minutes before her and she's on video the whole time. It's interesting and just funny. But yeah, it's annoying.
What's wrong with the audio? Were they over talking each other?
Yep. It's
okay.
Playing a delay and then it's replaying it a second time 5 seconds later.
Oh.
Listen, I want to see it. I know. And thank you guys for all the sweet comments. It took me a second to scroll back and read them all, but you guys are so sweet. But
I think I say butt naked, not buck naked. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Let's Google. Let's ask Google.
I say butt naked too.
Yeah, with a B, with a B-U-T-T. Is butt naked. My phone is like, girl, don't do it. Butt naked or buck naked. Let me see.
I'm so sorry I didn't mute while I was eating just now. I'm going to mute.
Okay, this is what it says. While both buck naked and butt naked are used to describe someone who is fully nude, buck naked is the older of the pair. Butt naked is much newer and likely sees use because of butt having a long history of referring to a person's buttocks. But apparently it is buck.
What?
Yeah, the correct one is buck, although both of them are used and correct.
Hey, Laura. Yeah. Wow.
I know. Who knew? Who knew? Oh, okay. This makes sense. Tiffany says buck wild.
Remember that show, Buck Wild, on MTV?
Yes. Yes.
When I went to college, it had just came out, and I dated Shane Gandy's cousin because, I'm in West Virginia. So, even a lot of people knew those kids, but Gandy Candy or whatever, he actually passed away, but I date his cousin for a little bit in college. Sorry to say.
But having a long history. No, it didn't. Hashtag but. Thank you. You do not have to give me a super chat so I will see your comment. You know that I watch the chat, I promise.
This is why she does it to support you and be kind and love you. But this is why these are the best lives, because we've already lost the people that are next call already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they want the commentary, they want to hang out. So it's just a good time.
Now these are the people who come to listen to us talk a bunch of crap.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh. All right. Okay. Oh, MJ, look what she said. Oops, I didn't highlight it. Oh, I know, but you've done a lot for all of us, especially me. So I just want to say thanks. Well, you're welcome. And thank you.
That was sweet.
That is sweet. All right. Let's hear this next one. And I'm going to go run and turn on the oven. I'm hungry. All right. Hold on. I'm going to play
Okay.
this first really
Well,
quick.
here
I don't
I
know
am
why
eating
this
spaghetti
overlay did this. So
right
weird.
in front of
Okay.
you.
Oh, don't worry
Sorry.
about it.
Okay.
Listen, I could stand to miss a few meals if you know what I'm saying. My shorts is a little snug.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hey.
I said it's early, but maybe she'll be up because the girls will be up.
Yeah, I had to get up early because, school, and then in about 30 minutes I have to leave to get my windows tinted at the car dealership. They're tinting it for free, so I'm like,
Oh, nice. What did Taylor say about that?
Well, he wasn't too upset, mostly because the price I got it for. He didn't think it was gonna work out the way it did, especially for what it is.
Yeah.
I got a fully loaded 2021 Chrysler 300S. Like, it's fully loaded.
Okay, so I know you have to tell me your business, but who's paying for this?
So technically I'm hired through Taylor's company, so I'm his secretary, so he legally has to give me a check.
Oh.
So, yeah, he has to appropriate money out to me every month. So the way it works out is, like, what I get paid is going to cover my car note, and then I have my rental house up north, so that's going to cover, like, the cost of my insurance, and then I'll still have money left over to pay my credit cards from that too. So it worked out really well. But
So y'all own the house up north, and that's what you're renting?
yeah, well, technically my ex and I own it together, but he has nothing to do with it. His name's just on the mortgage, but he kind of just, like, abandoned ship a couple years ago. So I cleaned it up real good and rented it out. So, like, my mortgage on that house is, I think it's like $782 a month, but my renters pay like $1250 a month, so I profit all the rest.
Oh,
I pay
okay.
like the
That
rest.
makes sense. I mean, I was wondering, I was like, well, unless she gets like Social Security for her, like craziness.
Yeah, I wish. My unbiological mom, she gets Social Security for having agoraphobia.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I was like, that must be nice. Like, she's afraid to leave her house and gets paid for it.
Dang. So she doesn't leave at all.
No, I mean, like, she'll go out to, like, town, like, to the store, like Walmart, but that's, like, as far as she'll go. Like, she won't go to, like, Indianapolis, and she won't go to, like, any, like, big events. She won't go to any of that stuff. And she makes, like, I think she makes, like, $383 a month. So what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, this one girl in here, I helped her write the Social Security office one time because she had to renew it and wanted to put her son on there as some kind of, like, spokesperson or something. And I looked at it and it was like $900 some dollars. I said, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you. She says she gets it for bipolar because her bipolar is so bad that, like, she can't even work. Like, if she works, she'll freak out on people and hurt them.
Really?
I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, I believe you're pushing it a little bit there now. You just don't want to work.
Yeah, right? I feel like I kind of feel the same way about my, like, unbiological mom, because, like, I've seen her in, like, large social gatherings, and she's fine, and, like, she was talking about going to California, like, one of the busiest states in the world, to meet with some dude, and I'm like,
yeah,
but I thought you were afraid to leave your house. Like, how does that work?
Well, what this girl does is she, like, freaks out because she comes to jail, like, every year. So she, like, freaks out on the deputies, and, like, she writes them all these dirty letters, and, like, she, like, she makes, like, sexual jokes to her judge and, like, stuff like that, so that, like, they think she's off the wall. I mean, she is bipolar now. I'm not denying that, but, like, she definitely be like, she's like, I have to have them write a report, so when I turn it into Social Security, to have all the reports.
Some people know how to work the system too. Like, they learn what they can do or can't do and get away with it. I kind of feel like that's how, like, my mom is. Like, she's learned how to kind of work the system.
And this girl, let me tell you what she done now. Okay, so this other girl, they got into it when I was in the other ward. I mean, they got into it like an all-out brawl. I was like, oh god. So that other girl had her boyfriend mail in the picture they had, and they had a picture of this girl at the bus stop holding a liquor bottle with one shoe on. And she was like, she don't need Social Security.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm glad I don't know nobody like that to be like. I mean, I already got enough. I don't need
Yeah. There must be some like crazy stories you've heard since you've been there.
Well, the lady with dementia, she had a breakdown. So she cussed everybody out last night. So we were up till like 2 a.m. in the morning. We hadn't been to bed. So they finally took her out of here. They took her to SD. Then I think they housed her somewhere else. But, she was the one beside me. I like
Yeah.
her. I always took care of, protected her. I say protected her like if they forgot to give her a timeout. I'm like, hey, she forgot, whatever. But she lost it last night. Like she was F you ho, y'all effing MFers, and she's racist as heck. But she's a black lady and she's racist as heck. She be yelling. She say, "Yo, white crusty women up in here." She said, "Quit trying to take my husband." I don't know why you're trying to take my husband. I'm gonna beat your asshole.
Oh my god.
I'll be like, I'll call her name. I'll say, you want some coffee? Or I'll be like, you want some Kool-Aid? What can I do to get you to calm down over there? She say, shut up, you skinny hoe. Then the next minute she'll be like, you got some candy?
Oh, poor lady. She probably doesn't even know. Like, she probably doesn't know what she's saying.
I think she's like on that, how like people start getting it, because I remember
Yeah.
when I used to date this guy and his grandma started to get it, and she would freak out on me and tell me I was burning her house down. I was like, no, grandma, I got too much trauma with burning down houses. Don't ever say that. She'd take the broom handle and start swinging at me. I'm like, ah. But that's what it
Oh,
was. She thought I was her daughter and I wasn't listening to her, and she was, yeah. And so that's a crazy thing when that happens. I said, sometimes I feel like, I forget stuff. Like I just have like disassociation or something like that sometime. I said, so I couldn't imagine you think when you get old like that and it goes to your brain like that?
that's terrifying. That kind of reminds me of what happened yesterday. I went to Walmart because I had to buy a coffee pot because mine just decided to quit working. So I went and got a coffee pot, and I'm like coming back around grocery side to go check out, and like there's this old dude, and he's like talking, but I thought he was on the phone, and then he like gets in front of my cart and then just stops and like looks me dead in the eyes and starts like having a full blown conversation with me. So I'm standing there completely confused and not saying a word, and he keeps going on, finishes his sentence, and he goes, "Oh, I thought you were my wife." I was like, "It took you that long to notice?"
Was he an older guy, younger guy?
He was probably like in his like maybe like late 40s, early 50s. So I just looked at him and I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, she must have came this way. And I'm like looking around. I was like, I don't see anybody around here. And he's like, oh, she looks like you. And I'm like, I don't see anyone around here that looks like me. And he's like, oh crap, I must have lost her. And like bolts off back towards the back of Walmart. I was so confused.
Yeah, that was either a drug-induced psychosis or he truly was confused. Like
Yeah, I was like, well,
disoriented.
I'll let that slide, but I'm gonna get out of here now because I was kind of like taking my time. I was like, yep, now I'm gonna go.
You should have been like, wait, what do you drive, sir? Do you got some money in the bank? Hey, what's up? It's me. I missed you.
You just bought me this car and you're actually gonna pay it off. Remember we had this whole conversation.
I know. I missed you, honey. If I had to, I'd even peck on the cheek.
And like the best part was like I was by myself. Like the girls were at home because Taylor's here, so the girls were at home. It was just me by myself, and I can only imagine like the look on my face because he had like a full blown conversation with me, and I just let him talk, and then he's like, "Oh, you're not my wife." Like, no, I'm not.
Oh man, I mean, because he couldn't have been like almost legally blind because he'd have been, acting a little more differently. So yeah.
Yeah, he pulled his phone out and like started texting. So like I don't know. There's a lot of strange stuff in this area, like a lot of human trafficking type stuff.
Oh yeah.
That was like last year, like last summer. There was like this huge thing going on about people at Walmart. They were like going into groups of like 2s or 3s, and then they would like target somebody and have their friends like all throughout the store, and they would kind of like text to communicate with each other, and then do them outside of the store.
I tell you, one thing they do too is they lay in the middle of the road.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. To get you to stop.
So if I see
trust me, I know.
If I see someone laying in the middle of the road, should I stop or should I like go around and then call 911? Like,
well, I mean, go around to them, but like what they'll do is they'll even try to move or roll or, because they know they don't want you to. They know most people won't just run you over. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless they get a that shit schizophrenia person that's like full blown, or something like that, or some psychopath. But yeah, no, most people will stop. Trust me, been in that situation, and people just would later, and you'll be like,
Okay, first of all, you haven't been in that situation. That story is completely made up, and you're a full-blown psychopath. Shut the fuck up, Leticia.
like, what the heck? So it gets your car to stop, and then someone can run out the woods or.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I've yet to see that happen yet, but I won't be surprised if I see it and watch today will be the day because I got my car in Lumberton, so I'll be in Lumberton today. So
Yeah.
it'll probably be like they have.
I know. Right? Yeah, watch out when you get off at this exit. Make sure you go eat it. You better go eat some Papa Bill's. I mean, well, you don't know Papa Bill's. That's in Pembroke. Go eat some Smithfield.
Yeah, I want to. 'Cause every time I'm in Lumberton, the exit I get off of, like, I go off and like kind of take a left. There's a Smithfield over here to the right.
Yeah, with the Starbucks and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
The Walmart.
Yeah, I don't know if you know where this is at, but I got my car from, it's called Peterson Toyota Chrysler.
So
I'm sure I got it.
check this out. Well, my stepdad, you know, the one I don't like and did bad things to me. Let's leave it that. When he got out of the Air Force, he worked at DSS, right? So when he got done working at DSS, because he became like violent to us and done bad things to us, he lost his job at DSS because he's working at Department of Social Services. They hired him at Peterson Toyota, and he was working at Peterson Toyota when he got killed. When he got hit.
No way, really.
When he got hit by the car, he was working at Peterson Toyota, and then the people at Peterson Toyota came and did because it was my little brother's birthday the day it happened. They came and did like a bike run with my brother because it was on my brother's birthday. So they did like a birthday party bike run with him like a couple days later, so he could like redo his birthday.
Aw, they seem like really nice people over there. Like,
they have a lot of sales. People drive there from all around North Carolina because they have a lot of sales and they do really good deals and stuff.
Yeah, they like my car came with the manufacturer's warranty, which is like like everything is like 3 years, 36,000, and the powertrain's like 6 years, 60,000. But I know Peterson, they offer, if you buy a car through them, they offer like a lifetime powertrain warranty. So that's like your transmission, all that other stuff. The only stipulation is like it has to be in like the person's name who bought the car. So like I couldn't sell the car to somebody else and then they could guarantee it.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, that's awesome because Chryslers are not known for longevity after like 200,000 miles and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, I was in and out of there like real fast. Usually I spend like 8 hours plus at a car dealership. I would think I was there for maybe like 4.5, 5. They're really nice. So like,
yeah,
that's crazy though that your stepdad worked there of all places.
Yeah, a guy I went to school with named Aaron. He was a manager there like before I came to jail. So I don't know if he's still there, but they would always put everything, even in South Carolina, they'd have all kinds of ads, and I'd be like, man. They'd be like, come on down to Lumberton. I'd be like, you're going to miss it. There's not much there.
Yeah, you're right. I was like, when I went there, they had the car I went to go look at, they only had one of them, but they were smoking crack. They were saying it was going to be like $1,970 a month for like, I was looking at a truck, and it wasn't even like a full-size pickup truck.
Yeah, no.
I was like, not happening. By the time it was paid off, it would have been like $140,000 starting off like 53, and I'm like, no, not happening.
Yeah.
So the girl talked to me. They had some Chrysler 300s out front. I used to have one a long time ago, like one of the older ones.
Yeah.
I love that thing. So she was like, well, this might be more in your price range. And then I test drove it and I liked it. And then I was like, I'm not getting my hopes up. My credit was a lot higher than I thought it was. I have like it was like 701 when they ran it. So I was able to like get the whole thing in my own name and
get
super low APR. So I was like, all right, we'll do this.
Yeah, definitely. Mine was a 720 something when I got my Tiguan lease, and they were like, you could have anything you want. I was like, okay.
720, that's a good score. That's where I want to be, is the high 7.
I mean, obviously it ain't there now, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. That could be fixed.
Yeah, when all this is said and done, I'm sure that you can go and have
Did you see where the kid, and I think 12-year-old kid carried a gun to school and shot people in Idaho?
No, you know what? I hadn't seen the whole thing, but my friend sent me an article about that yesterday. I didn't know what had happened though, but no, I didn't know it was a kid.
Kids are getting wilder and wilder at those ages. I couldn't never imagine that stuff at this age, but now kids do drugs at that age. They carry guns. They take guns when they shouldn't take them. Like all kinds of stuff. I said a prayer for him. I was like, oh, anyway, all right, it's gonna hang up. I hope you guys have a good day. Tell the girls hello. I didn't ever get that thing yet, so I don't know if you want to check to see if they credited you back or maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna try down there today when I get to the dealership and be like, hey, I bought this. It said it should have been mailed out already. So like, what's going on?
Okay, cool. All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
All right, you too. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Well, before I read Tisha for Absolute Filth, I would like to say welcome to Lydia Jade and thank you for joining memberships. I appreciate that so much. Thank you to Pointer Lover. That was super generous and I appreciate it. Thank you, B Crumbs, for supporting me for 10 months. We totes have a YouTube baby now. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you. Thank you, Angie, for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Thank you, MK Lynn, for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you, Laura. Here for the crazy and the last as always. Because it's Friday and I ain't got shit to do. Jen, name that movie. Well, hello, it's Friday. And thank you, MK Lynn, for supporting me for 15 months. I appreciate that. And I feel like that deserves the membership.
You missed one.
Video.
Clauses.
Did I?
Yeah, read
Did I miss
clauses because
clause?
it's pretty funny and it's
Oh, I sure did. Oh, one more. Aw. Sexy Wild Thing McLevin freaking Babyface Cause says, Jin Lu, beyond blessed to be a part of your channel. Love everything you do, bruh. Shut up, Leticia.
I love that they that you guys included Friday and then bruh. It's like you definitely know where you're at.
Exactly, exactly. Because sometimes bruh is just all you can say to some of this foolishness. All right, now we should hear or watch the video. So thank you guys, everyone. I appreciate it so very much.
Gossip, blah blah.
No malicious intent or effort was towards it. No malicious.
We all do a little mad sometimes.
All right. Thank you guys so very, very much. I appreciate it. You guys are so supportive and I am just beyond grateful and appreciative. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, Allie, you're up first. What you got, babe?
Oh, geez. Hold on. Let me think. Because I had a lot of thoughts and then we got like into all the other conversations and they left my head. Oh, now her bringing up her stepfather because now I'm not saying that, I believe that was intentional. She knows she's being recorded. We've talked about that over and over. But the way that she did it, if you notice, she didn't just say it once. She repeated it a couple times and kept repeating, he did bad things to us.
Yes.
I believe that's intentional. I really do. I think everything she says and does is intentional, honestly. And Amy just, oh my God. It was really hard to finish my dinner watching her sit there and, I don't know. Oh God, I don't even want, I almost said something gross, but watching her fangirling over Tisha,
Yes, it's all of course it's all intentional. Tisha knows exactly what she's doing. I think of Amy as Leticia's like lab rat. I think that she experiments with these various stories and situations and scenarios to see if her stories are believable. That's how I think of it. I feel like Amy was Leticia's lab rat. It's kind of sad if you think about it. And secretary.
Yeah.
But then we have Leticia at the very beginning. Now, I don't mean to be nosy. and then proceeds to ask about this lady's finances. How are you paying for this? How the fuck do you think she's paying for it, Leticia?
Yeah.
Come on, girl. Nosy ass. And Leticia, you need to stop playing about your credit score. It may have been high, but you know damn right well that you cannot, even if you have a great credit score, you cannot walk into a dealership and they'll give you any car you want. That's not true. You have to have good credit, but you also have to have income.
Yes.
I mean, there are ways around it, but you got to know somebody, and you know
Yes,
it's not. Yeah.
You're exactly right, though, Jen. You have to be able to prove that you can make the payment, even if you have good credit. What if you have no job or no income? They're not going to do it. You have to show that
right
you can make the payment. Not to get sidetracked, I just have to ask you really quick. Do you know those little bushes that have like they're not, this one's huge. My mom has this bush in her backyard blooming, and it's like a snowball bush, but this one's like blue. And they're like these big blue snowball looking flowers. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so, babe. You have to
I
show
gotta
me.
take a picture and send it to you because they are so freaking pretty. They are really pretty.
I bet they are. My hibiscus on the side of the house is blooming. And it's blooming pretty white flowers. But I remember last summer, I feel like it used to also bloom orange ones. So, the chat's got it. They're hydrangeas.
Probably. Let me look that up on Google. What I was gonna say that was so gross. I was just gonna say that it was more sexual type of comment that she was like getting that Amy was getting excited. I wasn't gonna say that, but it was close to that. I was just gonna say that she was, over there getting her panties all, gross.
She was mooning over Tisha. Let's put it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is a hydrangea. Yes, you guys. They're so
those are
pretty.
beautiful. Those are beautiful.
I'm gonna sneak and cut some off and put them in a vase
on the table. I swear to God, stop doing stuff like that when you're on my panel. I already get in trouble enough because we have to work around a schedule, right? Because we don't want to go live over top of anybody else. We try to, be courteous and kind to our friends. So we're always trying to schedule it. But I know that there's dinner time for Allie and that, she's got kids. So they come first. And then, I'm sure Mikey would like to spend time with her. And I'd be keeping her up on these late ass panels. None of your family's going to like me.
It's okay. But no, Melissa, I don't think is live all weekend.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I want to let you guys know that we're going to play this last video visit and then 3 calls from May 14th. That should take us to around the 9:00 mark. And then at 9:15, we're going to go over to Allie's channel and we're going to hear even more. We're trying to get through all of these May calls so that we can get you to the June video visits and the June calls. And we have 3 more months of video visits. And I'm going to tell you, I still cannot find a solution. I know what you're talking about. It's like an echo. It's a delay and then an echo.
Yes, it's exactly what it's doing. Pointer Lover said, your internet mama heard that. I'm so sorry, Pointer Lover, cover your ears. But no, and let me just be clear, Melissa did not tell me that she's not going to be live this weekend. I just am kind of used to her schedule, so I assume that because I didn't see a live for tonight. So I might be wrong. If she's still here, she can let us know.
Yes,
so maybe
please.
I should
Please correct us, MJ, please. We don't need that smoke.
So certain.
Starlight, we are going to see what we can do about that. Are you talking about like their calls? I'm going to see what we can do about that. See what options are open. Also, I don't know if I said the name correctly when I said hello, but now I looking at it again and feeling really dumb. Con artist. Come on, Jen.
I know. I love that. It's so
Me
cool.
too. And also I like Khan from Star Trek when he's a character. But yeah. So Allie doesn't know.
No,
from the
not at all.
original Star Trek. It's okay. Khan kidnaps Spock. Yeah, it's a whole big thing. Okay. So now I know how to say it, and I feel so dumb for not knowing how to say it at first. So what an idiot. Why do y'all even listen to me?
What'd you call it?
I don't remember how I said it. I think I said Kahan or something instead of Khan. Like,
I saw MJ said it got her too.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I don't feel so bad. Ooh, MK, you cooking? What are we having for dinner, MK Liam?
Kimberly said, why is audio always behind the chat? It's like a 20-second delay, and I'm not actually sure of why. But there is a little bit of a delay. And then you just wait, you guys, because not only are the video calls that I'm working on like that, where we're going to have to hear them talking, like, there's also an echo. I guess Amy's wearing headphones or something, so she echoes on the phone call. And the back of the jail is so freaking loud. It's like, I'm gonna do like the noise cancellation in the background, but it's still, I don't think is gonna completely clear it up because it's pretty bad. But I think it's still worth listening to. And this video, yeah, it's definitely still worth seeing. So
yeah. Hey Landry, thank you very much for becoming a member. Welcome to the ward. Welcome to the Kookaloo.
Because remember, I said Amy was there for several minutes before, and then Tisha comes on and acts like she doesn't know who Amy is.
Oh my God. Why is she like that? Leticia, why do you do this crazy ass shit? You know nobody is believing you.
But that will be Sunday, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Sunday. Hold on. I want to go to I want to do something. Give me just a second. What am I doing? Here we go. This is what I want to do. All right. Hang on just 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Let me scroll down.
Amy, you got it bad. I know. She does got it bad for Tisha. I'm not going to even read that whole sentence because Pointer Lover's here. No, really. It does feel like the same way I feel in front of my mom saying something.
Allie is bad. Y'all think, oh, Allie, she's so nice. She is. She's very sweet. She is. Don't get me wrong. Super sweet. But Allie's a little pistol. I'm not even going to lie. She's a little pistol.
You know, when people say that, it always kind of, it's sweet. I mean, I appreciate it. And I know that people say it like being kind to me. And I love, like, it means a lot to me anytime you guys are show me love and kindness and stuff like that. But it also, I'm kind of like, ugh, because, like, yes, I'm nice, but that's.
Yeah, but you're genuinely nice, honey. I know what you mean. It's kind of like you feel like, oh, why do people think like what am I, Snow White? You know,
yeah, because I'm like, yeah,
running around in the woods and all the birds are flocking to me. And I'm like, what's her name? Fiona from Shrek. Oh, like that, you know?
That would be awesome if they were like doing my chores for me and zipping up my dress and all the things.
Cinderella.
But exactly, because it's like
Cinderella.
Well, I don't know if I mean, I am nice, but that's because I choose to be. But I also have, like, you know, I have other sides to me too. I'm not just all nice. So,
okay.
And yeah, if I get pissed,
of course, everybody is like that. But you're mostly nice. Okay, so Kelly, if you look, are you on an iPhone or a regular phone? Well, Snow White does the dancing around, and Cinderella has all the little mice making her dress and all the things. Okay, if you're on an Android, at the bottom there should be a dollar sign. If you click that, it'll take you to memberships. When you click memberships, click the 3 buttons and it'll pop up gift settings. Turn them on, and then that allows you to be gifted memberships. That's how you do it.
I guess it just makes me feel like then I can't ever react other ways, you know, like, I don't know, it just makes me, which I know I can and I will, and I'll never stop myself because of that, but it's like,
Allie don't give a rat's fat kneecap. Yeah, she will react. You push her too far. I'm telling you, don't push this one. She even
Same with
told me
you.
I know. I was just gonna say that week, whatever happened. What was it? A week ago, whenever that happened or whatever, we got off. Allie was like, "Yeah, I see why you say that you don't like to do that because
Yeah.
sometimes, you
But
know."
you're like me. You rather would be nice and kind because number one, it feels better. It makes you feel good.
Mhm.
But number two, you want, and I've said this 100,000 times, at the end of the day, you want to be able to just put your feet up and chill, not deal with any bullshit. And when
Yep.
you start reacting to people negatively,
Yep.
then you're doing back and forths and stuff. You are not going to be able to put your feet up and relax. That's not how
Nope.
it happens.
Nope. And I don't want to. I don't. Yeah. I don't want to deal with that. You know. No, Lil Red, we just started. We're on the third video visit for May. Then we're going to do 3 calls, I think it is, on May 14th. And then we're going to go over to Allie's and we're going to do more just regular jail calls. And then tomorrow we have more jail. We're going to finish up the month of May for the jail calls. And then Sunday, we're going to start on Allie's channel with June video visits and jail calls. And I cannot wait. Cannot wait. And we still have like July, August, September, October, and November to go.
Yep.
So
we better get to listen. And then, hey, Melly. And then, because if we have to go a little longer than 9:15, we can. That's okay. Or whatever we have to do. But, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to get us out of here in a timely fashion.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready for number 3? More
Yes, but
Amy,
just
everybody's
one thing
favorite.
before you go.
Yes.
So one person said audio is messed up, con artist, which I thought she was talking about what we were talking about for Sunday. But then Creative Mind says, is my audio bad? So I'm wondering, is something
I hear you
wrong?
just fine. Hold on. Let me mute and see what's going on over here.
Okay. Angie, which ones have been purchased? We have some that have been purchased that we are waiting on, yes, but they supposedly are next in line for them. So sounds good. It's okay now for me. Went out for a minute. Anyone else? Okay. So
Yeah,
it is an
no,
issue
I
now,
have
okay.
good. Yeah, I have good audio. I just checked.
Okay.
So
I think it might just be, if you ever do have an issue with audio and everybody else can hear, just exit out and come back in.
mhm.
Try that.
Absolutely. Now, Amy L is MK's personal favorite. Of all the people that Tisha Land talks to, there's a special place in his heart for Amy L. Ain't that right, MK Lee?
Yeah.
He always has the nicest things to say about her.
Always
Are
keeps
we
us
ready,
laughing
babe?
with it. We ready.
All right, here we
All
go.
right, let's go.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. How are you today?
I'm good. How about I talked to Harley a minute ago and guess where she was at yesterday?
Where?
Overton.
No way.
I said, if I'd have known that, I said, you could have met up with my friend. And she was like, I said, because she was talking, I was telling her about going to Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue. And she's like, yeah, and Starbucks. I was like, yep.
Yeah. Well, dang, if I would have known, I would have stayed out there and her and I could have met up.
She had to go get her car inspected because the car is registered in North Carolina. So, they have to get an inspection sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my aunt put her on her insurance. So that way, because I don't need insurance, obviously. And so because of that, they made her get a North Carolina inspection sticker and all that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, darn. I wish I would have known because, I was out in Lumberton for a good amount of time yesterday.
And she said she went to my mom's, rode the 4-wheeler. She said she went to Starbucks. She rode around, got home last night. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, so she had a fun day at least. That's good.
Yeah, my brother has a newborn baby and my sister does too. They're like literally the same age. So by now,
oh wow,
they're like 10, 11 months. And so I say newborn, but you know what I mean. And so
yeah,
she's like, I rode him on the 4-wheeler. I was like, wait a minute, you driving a 4-wheeler? I was like, girl. She was like, I didn't drive the one with the clutch. She said, I just drove the one that was automatic. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. With little kids on it.
And I was sitting there like, she didn't grow up like I did riding 4-wheelers. Like I can ride the heck out of it. I can walk a 4-wheeler. I can do all that. And then, so I'm like, Harley, you're riding a four-wheeler?
Walk.
Because one time, okay, check this out. One time, my brother took her for a ride, and she has, her hair is crazy, right? So the hair blew in my brother's eye, and so my brother's great at driving a four-wheeler, but the hair blew in his eye, and they lost control of it, and he couldn't see, and he broke his leg, and she got thrown off.
Oh my.
Yeah, and he's to this day he blames it on her hair. He's like, "You better put your hair up if you get on that four-wheeler."
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh my gosh, yeah, because she's got a lot of hair like I do. She's got more hair than I do, I think.
Yup.
That's funny though.
And I kept being like,
How was your
that's the story. Sure, her hair went in your eyes. And he was like, it did.
Right, that's just his excuse because he didn't know how to drive. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he better know how to. I'm all right. I'm just anxious for going Monday so I can go and get this out the way and get this started,
Yeah, is it Monday or Wednesday? Because your friend texted me. I guess it would have been, was it Thursday? She texted me and said that it was Wednesday.
Oh,
not Friday or not Monday. But I everything I said Monday, so
that's what he said too. Now, unless it could have got moved because whoever they're going to appoint could already be in court on Monday. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because so the day that you had court, she messaged me.
Yeah.
And we were talking. That's how I found out.
Yeah.
And then she said, don't say anything until Monday when it's official. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I won't.
Yeah, but I already knew. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, she might know, she may not. She's like, just because everything's on a recorded line, like, don't say anything until it's officially official. I was like, okay. And then she texted me the following day and was like, oh, hey, it's not Monday, it's going to be Wednesday. And I was like, oh, okay.
That had to be what happened because whoever they selected, I mean, I don't know. I can't, really say who they selected. But whoever they did select might have had court, like I said, on Monday. It could have had, like, trial or something, and that could be what it is.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because that's all she texted me was just like, hey, it's not Monday, it'll be Wednesday. And I was like, okay, well. So I like corrected it on my calendar. I X'd out Monday and put it on Wednesday.
But it's not updated online yet for Wednesday?
But I saw because I looked it up. Let me go look and see real quick. Hold on. I looked it up the other day to see if it had said anything new, but I didn't. It was an older article. It was one that was written on whatever day you had your hearing.
Yeah.
So let me see what this one says. Hold on.
Yeah, that makes my anxiety be worse because I'd be like, all right, I'm ready to get this started the right way now.
Yeah. I was super excited when I got all those texts. I was like, yes.
I know.
Let me see.
Because I knew I did everything right. I was just like, Jesus, where are you? But he was there. It was just me not seeing him.
Yeah, let me look up this way. Had you not said anything about the conflict, would they have just left you with
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I would have had to have a true conflict. Like, you can't just be like, hey, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes people try in here, they try to be like, they threaten them and they try to be like, oh, I'm gonna beat them up. But they don't buy into that because they know that's just you being like it's stupid, like a premeditated thing or something, So you have to have true conflicts that are against case law.
Yeah.
And you have to have case law to back it up. The Supreme Court has to have already ruled on those issues, and I had like 4 that were already ruled on. So it wasn't even.
It is Wednesday, so it's updated on the court records. Wednesday at 3.
Okay.
Now on this, 3.
Oh God.
Now on this, this is the actual court document. It actually has your counsel's name on it, so it's like already made. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the court document, it says the name. What is it? What is the court document for?
Saying that you have that hearing on Wednesday. So it just says who they've appointed to you, and then the appearance of counsel and what day it is. So it's just.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's already public anyway. Oh, so is it who I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say I didn't know if they had changed it and be like, Jesus,
no,
like they
it's got his name on it. It says that's who they've appointed, and then it just says appearance of counsel set for Wednesday at 3. That's awesome. When I was on the WebEx and I saw those other 2 ladies pop in, I was like, oh no, no, not again.
So you see
Um,
Palmberg and who else?
oh lordy. Did you? Oh my gosh, what
What a
was?
crazy
Have
crowd.
you heard anything from that Palmberg lady lately at all? By the way.
She sends me like cards and stuff, and it's just the only thing I've said to her. I have checked on her about her dad because
Yeah.
I knew she found out her dad had cancer. So I kept it minimum like that. I was just like, "How's your dad doing?" He has, she told me he was getting chemo, that type of thing. And then and then I just like, oh, well, I
Cause
gotta
like
go.
I've like checked out her YouTube page a couple times, and there's not really anything new on there. There was a letter she posted on there. It was from you, but I don't know who it was written to, cause she didn't put that part in. So I don't know if it was to her or somebody else. This is a couple months ago. But I don't remember even what the letter was about. But it didn't look like it was. Yeah, it was. I'll have to go find it, and then I'll like tell you what it was about. But it didn't seem like it was to her, so I don't know who it could have been to and how she had gotten a hold of it to put on her YouTube page. But then she posted. Yeah,
Were you
yeah,
sure
no,
it was
it
my
was your writing. It
handwriting?
was. Oh Lord, let's see. I don't know if I can find it. Hold on, it took me a while to find it last time, but it was like 2 or 3 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago, something like that.
Oh, okay,
Oh
never
no,
mind. I
no,
thought you meant
no.
like
It was
in
a
the
while
last
ago,
week.
but
So I was
like I
like,
haven't seen her post anything on her page except for like a bunch of videos where she's like, haters are gonna hate, I'm gonna let them hate, and she's like got a Snapchat filter on and she's like listening to music and like spinning around in circles, like playing music that's really high pitched and like lip syncing, and I'm like, what am I watching? It was weird.
oh man, she has
Does
a
she?
severe mental illness too. So yeah, so I mean, or so she says. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
that's
in her
probably what was
videos,
going on
she's
then.
living her best life, but
Maybe
she's all
maybe
about,
she was in a
telling
panic
them
state.
haters, like, she don't care. She's gonna show them by dancing to Snapchat filters
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
I'll be glad to just finally get like started right, you know what I'm saying? And on the right path. And that's what had to happen then. Whoever they picked
Yeah,
had to be in court, and then that wouldn't work. Can't appear for me if they were in a
yeah,
court
that's what I would
hearing
assume.
with
And
someone else.
your friend, when she was texting me the other night, she was like, I mean, she was super excited about how like everything went. Like, she was telling me about it, and she's like, we'll
Okay.
be, in contact more often now. She's like, I got some traveling I gotta do, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad because I know she will go hard for me, and I didn't want to lose her because I was like, she's already started this much and
Yeah.
already has the base foundation. Like don't take her from me. You know what I mean? That was my thought process. Like, don't make it into someone else, and I have to go through the whole thing again. Then I have to expose another person to evidence, and
Oh
then it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, no, because it would
you
take
know what I'm
longer to
saying?
get
It's like
somebody else caught up to speed all the way, and
and it's a lot. It's a lot because I mean, there's so much 90% bullcrap that don't even make sense. So it's
yeah,
like you still got to go through it, just so you could prove it's nonsense. And then the FBI, they think their job, you know what they should call them? They're just the social media
yeah,
stalkers because that's all they really do. No wonder. And this is why I remember the lady on the drive. She was pissed. She don't like the FBI. I remember she was like, they always think that they're in control and they can do everything. She was telling her partner that. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, yeah, they're social media
yeah,
police. That's really what they do. They
it
didn't.
is like
When you give me 5,000 pages of social media, I already know what was on my social media. So it's like, and you didn't even get all my
5,000
social media
pages of
accounts.
social
So
media.
you didn't even get my social media, all of them. You didn't even get my first Facebook that I had for 15 years. You didn't even get any of that. Not that any of that mattered, but you had all that, and you're just
Yeah,
thinking you're doing something. People can be on anybody's Facebook all around. Like, I mean, people were logging in, and I'm not going to
yeah.
call out my friends. I'm not going to rat them out. But we were sitting together inside the living room, and one of my very good friends was logged on to my Facebook. It wasn't even me. And when she like hinted to it the other day on the phone, I was like,
Yeah,
because I didn't want her to because I wasn't gonna call her out for her being the one who done it because I didn't want
yeah,
her to be drug into it. I mean, people were sitting, I was so out of it that people were on my phone, that people were typing on my phone, and like
Yeah,
all
and
kinds of stuff.
it's
I was
super
out of
easy
it.
if, you know,
I
you
was
sat your
like,
phone down or something and somebody else grabbed it. You're already logged in.
right. And then I knew, right. And then I knew I guess I was coming to terms then that I had actually had the miscarriage. And because I had been bleeding when I fell down the stairs. And so at that point, I was
Yeah.
still in denial of it. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I'm still pregnant, whatever.
And I know
Blah,
that
blah,
really,
blah,
like, that can really mentally wear on somebody because, like, I've had one too, but mine was back in 2013, so it was a while ago. But I mean, that messed with my head, like, real bad.
Yeah. And not to mention, like what Mario had did and all that. And it was just like, I was out of it, like, in just another world. And so, like, people had my phone talking to people and doing things. And it was 4 individuals who were very close to me. But, I mean, I would never be like, you did
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Because it's just not
Well, it'll
my
be
style,
it'll be good when everything starts to come out, and like you said, Caitlin's very she's good at what she does, and she's very adamant about getting the right thing done.
Yeah. And I'm sure whoever they appointed as my attorney will do a good job too.
I was so glad when I heard that, like, just because of who this person is.
I told Harley a minute ago, I said, can you please tell everybody now, my friends, my aunt, that I'm not crazy. I do have crazy bouts, but I wasn't crazy going per se. You had to get the evidence you needed to prove a conflict. You just can't go in there and say there's a
I would have
conflict. You
done the
had to
same
show the
thing.
judge
Honestly, I would
proof.
have done the same thing. If I wasn't getting what I needed to see, like, evidence-wise, I would have done the same thing. And then
Yeah, and like when they came on, I was able to get the advisory council to tell me, like, hey, how do I get a copy of this evidence to prove that I have a conflict?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Because that's what they were there for, to help me get what I needed. And once, I was able to get all the evidence of clear conflict, then I could be like, here, I got it. Because like I said, I couldn't go in front of Judge Bain and be like, I don't like them.
Yeah.
We don't believe in the same thing. Because
Right.
that's not due process.
Yeah, I heard them say that too, like, the other day. They're like, oh, you can't just get rid of them because you don't like them or you don't trust them or whatever. Like, there has to be a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I went, I wanted to make sure I had all of it, not just one reason. I had 4 concrete things. It's
Yeah,
going
you too. Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Oh my God. First of all, let's start with Amy over there talking about, hold on, let me add Allie. What did Amy say? Are you sure your paperwork is turned in? Are you sure your court hearing isn't Wednesday? I thought it was Monday. It might be Wednesday. Fuck off, both of you. Then the shit talking. We all know who she's talking about, which is terrible. Can you hear now, Allie?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I'm okay. I just it kept booting me and for no reason. And I could hear the whole time. Then at the very end, when I got back on, all audio was gone for a minute. And I was like, oh no. But now I can hear you. So we're good.
No. Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, there was literally 0 point to any of those stories. Okay. Leticia sort of has the whole conflict thing. She has maybe 2 or 3% of it correct. It is what it is. We all know that she's a big lying liar mouth who friggin' tells lies for the sake of telling lies. And she just wanted to get her mitts on the discovery, which she did. And that's about it. She didn't have no stinking miscarriage because she never was pregnant.
Oh God.
And Leticia, nobody was using your phone and accessing your Facebook account and making posts. You need to stop that and stop that shit right now. It was you because you were not around anybody. There were no 4 of your closest friends. There was not 3, 2, or 1 of your closest friends. People don't like you. Are you new? Have you met you? People don't like you. That didn't happen. You logged into your Facebook account. You created other accounts and posted. Stop playing with these people out here. Just stop right now. Okay, that's all I got.
That's all I got. Whew.
That's all I
Well,
got.
I have, like, while we're watching, I have a million thoughts along the way, but then the next thing that happens or is said, like, makes me forget about the thing before. I should be writing it down. But the whole miscarriage thing is annoying. I guess they're talking about Caitlin. On the other parts, she's done a lot for you, but Tisha, like, okay, how about this? You know, they didn't even get my old social media accounts. Like, oh my God, like my Facebook from 15 years ago. First of all, dumbass, they probably didn't need it. Second of all, they're going to get it now because your stupid ass said it on a record line. And third of all, if you think anybody believes it was your friends logged into your Facebook, you are just dumber than I thought you were.
She's dumber than a damn box of hair. I'm serious. She really is dumber than a box of hair. Coming up with all of these cockamamie bullshit ass stories that don't make any sense, that are just outlandish and for no reason, just to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I don't have no kind of patience for Tisha Lynn.
Me neither.
None. None. I ain't got
Zero.
no damn time for her. I ain't got no patience for her ass. She does too damn much. Oh, I need to send you. I'll do it while we're playing these
I was
calls.
about to say that. Yeah, I was going to remind you. I was going to say, when you pull up the next ones, make sure to send me the link.
I will. Oh, hold on. I got to make sure to. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the now we're doing the jail calls. So this is May 14th. The first call is to Harley. Hold on a second. Let me grab this really quick. Let me grab my notes. Oh my God. Nobody pushed play. Calm down. Okay, so we have one from Harley and two from Amy Lang.
Okay.
So we have two Amy Lang videos, just so you know. Hold on, let me turn the closed captions on. All right, here we go. Let me add this to the stage. And
remember, you guys, Jen added missing children to these calls. What should I do for our Sunday one? What do you want me to do? Should I do the missing and murdered Indigenous and color and women of color again, or should I do
or whatever you want, something, a combination?
Or if you have any ideas, or if anybody in chat has any ideas, let me know, because I'll be doing it tomorrow all day. I've already done the first three, but I have just recording. I'm not, putting the overlays and stuff on. So that'll be the last thing that happens. So if you have an idea, let me know, because it was originally Jen's idea with the missing kids.
Stop, it was our
I'm
idea.
Sorry. I love the idea. It was originally yours. Now we're building onto it and venturing out a little bit. But I love it. I think it's so awesome, because a lot of people do watch these. There is a lot of interest in the stupid shit she says, and you never know who might see it and who could. You just never know. So I love it.
Absolutely,
Great.
Absolutely. And Angie, I went while that last call was playing, and my husband was like, "Did you have the oven on?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "What for?" And I was like, "I was going to put in like something to eat." And he was like, "I didn't know that," and he had turned it off. So then I had to go turn it back on. But now my dinner is in the oven and he is supervising, so everything is good.
Perfect.
I'm hungry. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Hello? Hey, is that my Bessie and Letecia?
Yeah, I was just thinking about you when you were going to call me.
Well, we didn't get to come out at all yesterday because, sometimes we just have people that do us like that. So just pray and keep on going for them.
Me and Sadie just left Market Commons, so she got her nails trimmed.
Aww.
And she freaked out when they were trimming her nails.
She didn't do that with me.
Yeah, she was freaking out. And then we walked around Market Commons, and now she's tired and panting. I don't know if you can hear her.
I think she burnt some calories. I think she deserves a pup cup. Wow.
I'll get her some dog dates.
Some dog what?
I can't get her Club Cup. I can't get her Club Cup because I know I'm gonna give in and buy Starbucks, and I can't do that.
Why, you're not buying Starbucks?
No, I mean, like, I just bought this smoothie from the smoothie place, and it's really good, so I don't really want to buy Starbucks, too.
Oh,
And I've been trying to, like, tell myself, like, Harley, that's $5 for a drink. You don't need to do that.
well, especially when now you could make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you making it is a whole lot cheaper. And you can play around with it and make all the different drinks that we invent, and then Starbucks steals from us, and then they market them and they get rich off of them, you know?
I know, right?
Yeah. So, I mean.
I was telling Miss Dee, I was like, for the first time out of all my jobs, like now when I get money for my serving job, you know how like normally when I get money, I always just want to spend it?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm just like, man, I'm not touching that because you know what I had to go through to get this.
That's how you got to think of it. And then when you get a bunch, then you take some and you say, okay, well, because you also have to reward yourself too. Make sure you're giving it to God too. That's most importantly. Because in order for it to be replenished, you got to make sure you're paying your tithes. But yeah. So then once you get a bunch, be like, oh, okay, I worked really hard. I had to go through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm gonna go treat myself and do something, you know.
Yeah.
But make sure you're paying your tithes. That's the most important.
You can breathe. Just close your mouth.
What?
She's like dying over here, and I'm like, you're fine. You can breathe. Just close your mouth.
Do you got the air conditioner on her?
Yeah, I have it on full blast. I'm freezing.
Oh.
You hear her?
She's just a baby, though. She's always going to be a baby. And why do I have to find out everything from everybody? But you don't tell me.
About what?
Okay, you didn't tell me that you got rebaptized.
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot that I did that.
But you didn't tell me. And then I always have to hear everything for other people, and I just be like, yeah, that's right. I'll be like, oh my God, I've got to knock her out.
Yeah, I did get rebaptized. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know anything unless someone else tells me. So I have to call other people to be like, hey, give me the update on Harley.
I didn't tell you that.
No, you don't tell me anything. You just laugh and be like,
I feel like I told everybody I got baptized.
Except your mother, which I would have thought, other than Jesus Christ, would be the most important person outside of Sadie and Jesus Christ.
I'm going to have to start writing down things that I have to tell you because I feel like once I get on the phone, then I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've held back some stuff from her, Leticia, so just shush.
Work today?
No. Finally.
Okay. What's Charlotte been up to?
Who?
Charlotte.
You know we're not friends anymore.
You and Charlotte?
Yeah.
What?
She's decided to go off the deep end and go crazy.
What do you mean? Like wild?
She's just... Huh?
Like wild crazy?
Yeah.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Man, y'all been friends for how many years?
Yeah, I know. We're not friends anymore.
Did y'all like have a fight?
Huh?
Did y'all have a fight?
Well, this is how it happened. It's the most stupidest thing. So I texted her. I sent her this really long, cute paragraph or whatever. And then at the end, I was like, I'm going to pray for you. Like, I'll be praying for you, whatever. And then she texts me back. She goes, all you can do is pray for me. And then in my head, I'm thinking, I was like, man, that's the best thing that I can do. What are you talking about? But it was just one of those moments where, like, God showed me how I can't have, like, unequally yoked friendships. Or else, like, they're just not going to work because I couldn't even explain myself to her, like, yeah, that's the best thing I could ever do for you, you know, because she doesn't understand.
I don't understand. Charlotte was raised better than that. I don't. What happened? I mean, is she just because she's staying by herself, gone crazy, or?
Yeah, and you have to think she's with her sister now too. So.
Oh, yeah. I wondered how that was going to work out. But when you said you prayed for her, was she doing something wrong and she was telling you about it?
No, she was just like going through a lot, I guess, or like just like stupid things that she thought was like the end of the world. But of course, I can't compare her things to stupid things. But I was just telling her, and like I would always ask her to like hang out and stuff, but she never wanted to do anything. And I was like, well, I'm not just gonna come and sit at your house and like do whatever you're doing. I'm trying to get you out of the house, to make you feel better, but you don't ever want to do that. And I was like, for me, I don't even do nothing crazy. I just go to the gym or I go shopping or,
Which is what
something.
she's always done too, so that's what's shocking.
Right. And then she got mad. She was like, feel like you haven't been here for me. And I was like, I have, but every time I ask you if you want to talk about something, you don't ever want to talk about anything. And then if every time I ask you to do something, you want to do something, then you don't want to do something. And I was like, so I was telling you that I was thinking of you and then I was praying for you, and now you're mad at me because I said I'm praying for you.
Well, I want you to do me a favor. You promise?
Yeah.
You need to text her and just say, hey, been thinking about you. I always love you. We've been friends for too long to let stupid stuff come between us because God's grace is sufficient for anything. Just say, I'll be here if you need me. And leave it at that.
I already told her that.
Okay. You promise?
Yeah.
And then what did she say?
I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Okay, well, you need to do a check-in. That's what it's about. Learning to be molded into being a leader for Christ is you have to continue doing that. And sometimes that's hard, being the humblest. It sounds like you've been humble and you've done the right thing. But you have to continue doing that. Let me tell you what this lady did to me in here. And it tells you what about God's grace and being humble. She won't ever open the door when she's working for me to come out for breakfast. So I just ignore it. So then all the breakfast is gone. Then she'll be like, oh, did I give you breakfast? No, and she knows she didn't. And I'll just be like, oh, no, you didn't. She'll be like, oh, I have to go call somebody. Okay. It's time to get clean uniforms. She don't open my door. And then I have to wait until like medical or somebody's in here to be like, hey, do you think I could get a uniform? And she'll be like, oh, I didn't open your door. No, and she knows she didn't. And then she'll do that with hygiene. She won't never open my door to come out to get like toilet paper. I mean, I had to wait like 10 hours yesterday for toilet paper last night, And I didn't say anything. So then she said something, and I said, you know what? She said she was mad because our political views and religious views were different. And I said, what is she talking about? I never even talked to this lady about that. I have no idea. She was obviously just taking out her whatever the heck she was going out on me. She takes it out on me. But I just looked at her and I said, you know what? There is a difference between our religious views. You're right. I said, because I said a true Christian don't treat people that way. And I said the same thing you said. So I'm just going to pray for you. And I walked back in my room, shut the door. I was like, I don't need that toilet paper. I said, I'll wait till 5 a.m. to get toilet paper. And you know me, I mean, I got to have my toilet paper. But my point behind telling you that,
yeah.
I still went back and prayed for that lady's soul because she walks around in here and I see her as one of the biggest Christians in the jail that works here. But that's not honoring God's people, and so trust me, you know me. A few years ago I would have been like, well, screw you too.
Yeah.
But when she comes back in here again, I'm going to still be like, hey, hope you're having a better day. Let you know I prayed for you again, I mean,
yeah.
That's the hardest thing you got to do, but you got to do that, especially with Charlotte, because we got to remember for Charlotte, God has made you stronger, and he thinks you're a tough warrior. For some reason, he thinks I am too. Because sometimes people who he thinks is tough, he gives a lot of battles to. And Charlotte really hasn't been through anything like that. Think about it.
Mhm.
I mean, she's not been through any strong battles, the least not that I'm aware of. I mean, they've always had it made, very, very beyond privileged, even more than you were. You know what I mean? And it's just like she never had to deal with that. So she doesn't have those skills that you've developed over just taking it to God, leaving it in God's hands, being strong. You're one of the strongest people of your friends your age and going through probably some of the most difficult things right now.
Mhm.
God's molding you and using you because You always said you wanted to be leaders of something, and you wanted to like lead a youth group, or do a spokesperson thing, or be on TV about something, But that's the only way he can make you that way, and you're gonna come across people that do that. But Charlotte has always been like a sister, so just keep reaching out. Tell her I ask about her and I love her. I mean, I know it don't mean much right now, but I've always told that child I love her like a kid to me, because you don't really know what could be going on deep inside that she's not saying. She could be struggling with identity, which is probably hard for you to realize because Charlotte's a beautiful person. But sometimes even the most prettiest people struggle with identity.
Yeah.
But just tell her that. And have you talked to Tono? Have you talked to Tono?
Not really.
Is he still staying at the apartment, or did he move?
Yeah, he's still staying there.
Yeah. Well, they're going through things in their life right now because, they're not living at home. They were raised better than that, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that people don't make mistakes,
Yeah.
What is her mom? Is her mom like, she might just need some therapy.
Yeah.
Is her mom, have you talked to her mom?
Yeah.
You talked to her mom about it?
Yeah.
Well, what did she say?
She was just like, you have to just give her time.
And she's right.
Yeah.
But, and I know sometimes to you it feels like, well, why I got to be the one to give in when I'm doing everything right? Trust me, that has been the hardest lesson to learn. I'm sitting here saying the same thing, like, why am I having to continue to do this? Like, God, when I'm doing what you say do. But you just have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I have to keep praying every day for people who persecute me. And just remember what Jesus said. If they persecuted him, they're going to persecute you.
Yeah.
So, anybody that is of the world, they don't have to worry about that. But if you're of God, then you're going to be persecuted, And I think she's grown up around God all of her life, and Sean being strict on her, and then now she don't have to worry about, I don't have to listen to Sean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's your life lesson for today. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you're right about don't put yourself in position with people who are doing the wrong things. But still be there for them. Don't turn your back on them, but don't put yourself in those positions.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I went through that with even Amy, like Lowry, when she went crazy and freaked out. She was my own stepsister, and I had to be like, girl, you don't went crazy, And it took a while. It took months before I spoke to Amy. And that's hard to believe that I even had went that long when we were younger without talking to her. So she was like speaking out and partying and doing stuff, and I was like, oh God, no. Me and Tila were like, nah, we good.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, love you so much. Have a good day with Sadie. Tell her I love her so much.
Okay, love you too.
Okay. Hey, there's a new app for the read those emails. There's new apps you have to use for the visits now.
Oh, okay, I'll look.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Okay, bye, love you.
Wow. Y'all feeling holy?
Look, I know it's hard to listen to Tisha like that because it's so annoying, but I gotta say,
I know what you're going to say.
She's actually at least trying to be a mom and give good advice and care about Harley and Harley's life and what's going on with Harley. It's not all about the gel and the buttons in her arm and all the weird shit, you know what I mean? And
yes,
solid piece of advice there at the end. Y'all don't get mad at me, but saying, when your friends start to do something wild, you don't join in and be wild with them, but also don't turn your back on them. You know what I mean? And that's true. I like that she told her, don't turn your back on people because I don't know. I like that. So,
I mean, listen, she did give her good advice. That's just the truth. And for what it's worth, I mean, even a broke clock is right twice a day. So there you go.
Exactly. Only on this one phone call. I
Only
know,
on
poor
this one
Linda.
phone call. I mean, we've been listening to her for a long time and how she deals with Harley. And usually she's given her awful advice. Just lie. That's usually her go-to. Just lie. Who cares? Just lie.
Manipulate.
I do think that I don't agree with telling Harley to tithe. Not because for any other reason than she's just a kid, man. Like she's barely making ends meet.
I missed that part. I don't know. I didn't hear that. Wow. No.
Yeah, she kept telling her to tithe. Like, get the fuck out of here, Leticia. How about you tithe?
Yeah, she can barely afford it.
Yeah, you give 10% of them fucking Jolly Ranchers to the Lord.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
And she's sitting there trying to, hey, I was proud of Harley. Like, I need to not buy Starbucks. She was trying to do the right thing. Tisha is like, well, he deserves a pup cup. Lady, Harley is barely making it. And she's sending money to you too.
Right. Right. So you tell her to be irresponsible and listen. Okay. You do sometimes have to treat yourself. That is true. But you have to treat yourself responsibly. Okay? You got to be responsible about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tisha still sucks. Listen, she gave her, it was a decent enough phone call. Okay. And like I said, even a broke clock is right twice a day. So, all right.
Hey,
Go
we're
ahead.
always complaining that she's never asking about Harley and what's going on in her
You're
life.
right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just
You're
trying to
right.
say I'm happy to hear that. Not for Tisha. Fuck Tisha. For Harley.
Yes.
She
And I
needs
will,
that.
yes, I agree. And I will say this. I know that these overlays are a little wonky this time, but I figured out a better system. And so when we go over to Allie's, they'll be better. Just so you know. I fixed the numbers, the phone calls, and the information, like the number to call for the missing kids so that the font is bigger there and all that. I did some fixing. So these aren't the best.
It looks good, but
thank you.
Okay.
But the next batch will be really good. You guys will see. All right. Should we get to the next batch? Because we got like 15 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess what we should do is play this call and then we'll finish up the next call because there's only 3 of these. We'll do the next call on your channel, right?
Okay, well, whatever you want to do. Let's listen and then we'll just kind of see. How long is this one? Is it 15 minutes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's 44.48 is the total, 44.46 for the total, and we're at 14.48. So I think they're all roughly about 20 minutes.
Okay.
All
That's
right,
fine. Whatever you want to do. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hey.
I mailed you a letter back.
Oh, okay. I was actually going to ask if you've been getting my letters because I didn't know whether or not they'd been sending out correctly.
Yeah, I just got one. I think they said
was it?
a couple weeks or something that they are like bringing it all at once or something. I don't know how it works. Apparently
Was it the one
somebody
that
was bringing drugs in or something. I don't know.
Oh, no. Was it the one that I wrote in April or the one that I sent out last week?
No, it had to be April because it was, I don't know though. It was the one where you talked about being in a hospital.
Okay, yeah, that would have been back at the end of April because I sent one out last week too. Okay, good. I just want to make sure that my letters are still going out now that I have to send them to that other address.
I know, it's crazy. I've had so much going on. Oh my gosh. So, so check this out. So, there was this girl talking at her door, and she was like, just saying stuff randomly to different people, whatever. And she was claiming she knew the CNOs, right?
Yeah.
Sitting there listening, and because I call them the CNOs, I don't say the whole name because I just always I say purple instead of purple, like being silly and stuff. Anyway, so I'm just in there listening to this conversation, and I just be like, oh. So I go, oh, and she says something about Emma, and I die laughing. I go, oh, how's she doing? And then she goes, oh yeah, girl, did you hear? She's talking about her baby daddy and somebody's friend or something. Anyway, so then she goes, yeah, she had a hearing or something, WebEx and all this, and I was like, oh, did she? I said, how are the girls doing? I go, how are the girls doing? And she goes,
oh, they're so good. And I was like, yeah, because their birthday is coming up May 15th, and she said, oh yeah, that's right, it is. She said, that's right. I got to make sure I tell them happy birthday. I go dying laughing because I'm sitting there like, first of all, I know their birthday is August 15th because I remember several times being in Mexico. I've been on like the eastern side of Mexico because the Ciénagas and all that are on the western side of Mexico. But I remember being on the eastern side of Mexico before. One time when we were there, I think it was in Cozumel actually, and she had came or whatever for a little bit, but she had to leave because of their birthday. And I remember we were like, oh, Leo's. I'm pretty sure it was August 15th. I know it's August because it was like Leo's or whatever. So I just started laughing. I didn't say anything. And then she starts talking again about something. And then I said, oh, how's Oviedo doing? And she was like, girl, she said, they shun him out. She was like, he's not really an outsider. I died laughing. I was like, well, kind of an outsider considering he is blood and a son. I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there just dying laughing at this conversation that this girl is saying. So then I start getting paranoid, thinking she's like a narc or something.
Yeah.
And so then whenever I got ready to come out, she was like, because we didn't get to come out yesterday, so it was before that. And I forgot to tell you the other day. She was like, what's up with all the 21 questions? And I was like, oh, I was just curious that, your knowledge. I was just testing your knowledge. I said, because, sometimes some people come in here and claim that stuff, and I just be like, if I ask them a question, like I ask her, did she know, like, I said a chant, and asked her, did she know the response to the chant? She didn't know it. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, I really don't know the chant like that because I'm not blood. I was like, but I've been around enough to like pick it up because I'm not stupid. And so I was just sitting there listening to her. Then she comes up to me. She's like, oh, I already heard. I said, heard about what? She said, I heard about you and Edgar. I was like, what are you talking about? Yes. She's like, I already heard about it. Someone asked me about it online before I got arrested. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Cool. Yeah, and she goes, and by the way, I'm supposed to let you know that he said to tell you that you haven't caught him. And I'm sitting there like, okay, first of all, he did not tell you this. I know for a fact he did not. So I'm sitting there like, okay, this chick is totally a narc.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, I looked at her, I go, man, they think I'm stupid, don't they? And she just looks at me like, huh? And she kept trying to like come over. She kept trying to come over and be like, can I use your tablet? And I was like, no. I was like, you think I'm dumb that you think that, I mean, obviously my thing was, at least they're going to make you be a narc. Give me some real intel, not like you don't even know certain people. Like, come on.
Do you think that maybe she's one of the, what do they call, like an informant?
She could be, or she could be just somebody from some other crazy part, who knows.
Yeah.
She be free. But then she started coming back throwing up crip signs.
Oh, God.
I'm just sitting there like, what does this girl think I'm that stupid? I mean, obviously she must do. I said, first off, I don't say Edgar, and she says it like that, and she's saying it with an American accent, and I'm just trying to make it sound Spanish, even though she is Hispanic. But I'm still sitting there like looking at her like everyone knows me knows I call him E. So,
Wow.
I mean, I'm just like sitting there like looking at her, but I thought she'd find that funny because when she tripped me out, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to tell him happy birthday," and she was telling me that they were staying with this person. I go, "Oh, who are they staying with?" And she went to say the name, and I was like, "I don't know that person." I was like, "Oh, okay, well I'll have to find out who that is." I'm sitting there like she made up some bullshit answer.
It sounds like she was maybe trying to get like, information out of you, thinking that you would think that she knows all of these people and that you'd be like, oh yeah, and start telling her all kinds of stuff.
She said Anna, like Aerosoli or something like that. And I started thinking, I go, wait a minute, that might be the only thing she had right because I feel like Emma's, I only knew Emma's Cordone, but like I feel like her mom's last name was like Aerosoli or something like that. Or Arenata or something. I feel like I remember that being her mom's last name. Because, there's this backwards. I call them middle names, but really the dad's name is first. But, America, I say middle name because it's the second name, but really it's the first, because they do them backwards.
Right.
But I was thinking, oh, I have to look that up because I'm pretty sure her last name is Aerosoli or something like that. I can't remember, but I do remember seeing the A before on one of the many IDs. But but anyway, I was like, man, I think I'm just an idiot in here. But that was funny.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was trying to get information out of you, like thinking that if she just said a couple of the right things, that you would start being like, oh yeah, this, that, and the third, and trying to get information. But that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but
I contacted the Well Pass, by the way.
Oh, you did?
I did. So I reached out. Yeah, I reached out to them, and I didn't say your name or anything. I just kind of explained the situation, like, hey, I have a friend that's at El Paso County, and just kind of gave them a brief overview, and then asked if there was anybody who could, because I sent them an email, asked if there's anybody that could, call or email me so we could talk about it. And they emailed back and said that I would have better luck contacting the facility. So I tried to call El Paso, but I guess they were probably busy. So I went on their website, and they have like a contact us where you can like send them a message. So I emailed them too. I didn't say your name or anything.
Or the facility?
The facility, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I emailed them and I told them that, I have a friend there who, you've dealt with Well Pass, but they haven't been very helpful. And then I asked the facility if there's anybody who could call or email me so we could discuss the matter further. Then I was waiting to hear back from them. And I figured if I don't get an email back by Monday, then I'll try to call down again and be like, hey, I called and emailed, just haven't heard anything yet.
I called them again because, girl, yesterday I was like, I could not get out of bed. I was just in that depressive state where I couldn't even hardly like breathe, and my chest was hurting so bad, and I was just like semi-delusional, but I kept trying to like sing gospel music to stay okay. And she came in and checked on me a few times, the day deputy, because she's pretty good, the day deputy, but so she just kept coming in and was like, you all right? Or come to the door. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I feel like I'm having like some sort of, almost like, not like a withdrawal or anything, because I've never been on drugs to have like a withdrawal, but it felt like I was trying to like find something to calm me down, and I couldn't, like I'm searching for it mentally, physically, and, I can't. So I sent him another kite today and was just like, hey, just wondering why you still can't come talk to me, but I don't understand, because I don't want to come out and tell him, about like, hey, I really already had all this, and this.
Yeah.
Because then they'll be like, what? And then I'm not snitching because I'm not a snitch, so.
Yeah. I hope, like I said, I contacted Well Pass, so they've been made aware of it. So now once I get a hold of El Paso, somebody there, they'll be made aware of it also. So hopefully that'll kind of expedite the process of somebody coming in and actually helping you, aside from just asking questions and not following up,
Yeah. And then I was freaked out because I be trying to figure out sometimes if stuff's real or not, right? So like, so I counted it. Over the last 3 days, 4 girls returned that were already here and got out. And so the one girl, like they just get out, come back, drugs or whatever. And so the one girl, she reminds me of my sister. So then I was confused if it was my sister or not, because it's like, in my mind, I was like, okay, first of all, this is my sister. But then the other side of my brain was like, your sister wouldn't be here. Like, why are you freaking out? So I was freaking out about that because I don't never really talk to my sister. I mean, the last time I talked to her was actually it was like a day before I got arrested, or 2 days before. She brought me a suitcase because when I left Colorado, I left one of the suitcases at the hotel. And so my mom and my aunt flew the suitcase to North Carolina. So instead of leaving it at the hotel. So then my sister drove it to me in South Carolina. And then that was the last time I seen my sister. Actually, I didn't even, because I got arrested, like the next day or whatever. And they took the suitcase and the van that I was in and everything anyway. But that was the last time I seen my sister when she brought me that suitcase. So I was sitting there trying to figure it out. I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, and I was just having such a hard time with that. And I was like, okay, stop. This is not your sister. It's just like a struggle. Then I have to deal with this deputy. Okay, so she thinks she's trying to be like a butthole, oh God, people are so loud. Oh, jeez. I know. Anyway, so she won't open my door for breakfast when she works. So she won't open my door. So then sometimes I'll get up and be like, oh, where'd breakfast go? And she'll be like, oh, did I not give you breakfast? And I was like, no.
What? What an asshole.
I know. Then she does it with jumpsuits. So when we get jumpsuits, she won't open my door or whatever.
So then she done hygiene, last night or whatever, and she was like, so I was like, did you like forget my door again for hygiene? I just really need toilet paper because I've been waiting like 8 hours. And
Yeah.
so she was like, then she opens the door, and I go, just never mind. I'll just wait till 5 a.m. because at this point it was like almost 2 o'clock. She's trying to open the door, and I'm just sitting there like, you did the whole ward, but didn't do me again. You did it on purpose. It's obvious, but I'm not going to stoop to your level because you try to like get me to stoop to your level. Then she was like, well, our political and religious views just don't match. And I'm sitting there like,
Well,
what the hell does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, even if her political and religious views don't match up with yours, that's not a valid reason to not open your door and give you breakfast. And
I know.
that's BS.
So I was sitting there and I was like, when did I ever talk to this lady about any kind of political views or anything? Like, I was like, I have no idea what she's talking about. So then I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh God, one time Joe Biden was talking, our fake president, and he was talking, and I had things in my ears, and I was like, oh yeah, Tim Scott's coming on, represent South Carolina, and she probably heard me or whatever, and so I think Joe Biden is trying to make this country a communist country. So I was just saying it to myself in there. I was like, oh gosh, he's trying to make this a communist country. We've got socialism. He's like Bernie Sanders over here. And he's really pissing me off now because he's screwing with Israel. He's not supporting Israel, which I'm going to tell you now, that's God's country. And so he's just got to be really mad if he won't support Israel. So I'm just saying this to myself because I listened to Sean Hannity, talking and stuff. I said, she must have heard that and took offensive to it and thought, I was whatever. But I talked to myself and my friends in my room,
Yeah. Man, that's crappy. Like, I don't know why she thinks that
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah.
I don't know why she thinks that she can do that. Real quick, did you get your books yet?
No, I asked them about them, and I didn't get that or the tree box, but then they told me that the tree box, they were like, oh, we don't deliver those anymore. We don't know why they're on the website. So I thought I'd tell you to make sure you get a refund.
Yeah, I messaged them yesterday, the snack people, and they said they package. They said it got to the facility, and that if you don't get it by May 19th, I need to contact them again, and they're going to investigate El Paso County.
Okay, this is just a communication thing, so I thought I'd tell you. I don't know who to believe about nothing, but I wrote you in my letter. I wrote you a bunch of stuff that has been happening, like miscommunication. You're gonna trip out and be like, "Oh my God, who is in charge?" Anyway, it's gonna hang up. But I'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye. What happened to turning the other cheek, Tisha? Weren't you? You were just telling these stories literally on the call prior to Harley, and you're talking about, turn the other cheek. God wants you to be a soldier and a what else did she say? An ambassador. That don't sound like a soldier or an ambassador. What happened, Tisha? Now you're just making shit up. God, she's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. She's so full of crap.
What was that about the suitcase?
Okay. I'm kind of confused about that too, because of course my mind goes, to the suitcase. But I think that what she's saying, and I don't know if this is true or not, is that one of the hotels that they stayed in, that she and Harley stayed in, she left behind a suitcase. And so this doesn't even make any sense. I guess she's saying that the hotel shipped it and her sister drove it to her, which doesn't make sense. I'm not exactly sure.
I swear, I think that was put in there to confuse people or something. Like, I don't know. Everything's intentional with her. I'm telling you. You know
right.
that. I don't have to tell you, but
I mean, it seemed why. This is what I don't understand. The only thing that I can think of is that if this did happen, right? She didn't want the hotel or the law, knowing where she lived, where she was really at. So she must have given one of her relatives' address. And then the relative received the suitcase and then drove it to her. That's if the story is true.
Yeah.
Who knows with her? It's probably not true because she's such a fucking bullshitter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I agree. Completely agree. Okay. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Trying
No,
to
you're
set
fine.
up some citronella candles outside and stuff so we can stream outside but not be ate alive.
Ew. Yeah, don't get ate alive. I can't, I cannot help you if you get
How
ate
would you go
alive.
on without me?
I
Huh?
wouldn't. What the fuck would I do? I would be lost. I would be like, where's
I'd be
Sally?
lost without you, Bendy.
I'd be like, where's Sally? And everybody would be like, she got ate up by mosquitoes. And I'd be like, oh no, what am I going to do? It's Allie. I would be
You remind
upset.
me of like something off Family Guy or something like
It is.
Okay.
It's the guy. Oh God, what is his name? It's the gay guy. That's Alan's dog. I know.
Yes,
Hold on,
yes.
I need to send this. Yeah.
You are so funny.
He's
That's
my
hilarious.
favorite. I can't remember what his name is though, like on the for real. But he is my favorite. I can't read. I like when he's at the like express lane and he doesn't have enough money to pay and he's like, well, the Triscuits, I got to keep those. That's the whole reason I came in here. And I guess I could do without the cranberry juice. And he's going through like the whole thing, making all of his decisions. And then he busts out this big ass jar of pennies. Can I pay in pennies? It's just funny to me.
Such a funny, silly show. But okay, well, do we want to take like 10 minutes though in between when we end here just so I can get situated? Okay. You can do a smoke and all the things.
Yes. I'm going to send you, this is what we'll do. I sent you in Messenger the link to the next batch of calls. And when I join, I'll just leave this screen up and I'll just share the screen for the first call so we can finish it over, you know what I mean? So I'm to send you 2 links and all that. So it'll just be easier.
Perfect.
Okay?
Wait, say it one more time. You're not going to send 2 links. It'll be what?
No, I sent. Okay, so whenever you send me the StreamYard link and I join, I'll share my screen and play this last call.
Okay.
And then you share your screen and you can play the rest of the calls that are more fancy. I made Allie's calls fancy. I did a good job, but I was inspired by Allie. So she sent me a couple of pictures last night and I was inspired and I wanted to use them and I couldn't figure out a good way to do it because I don't feel like Leticia is worth those pictures. So I did it differently. So you guys will see.
I can't wait to see. Okay. Yeah. I sent you a couple and I posted one on the community page, but I sent them to you first and then I went and posted one and then you were like, oh, I'm going to use that. I was like, oh no, should I unpost it? Like, should I take it down?
No, of course not. Never, never, never. We'd be lost without you guys. What the hell would we do? Who would we talk all this shit with?
Yes, absolutely lost without you guys.
What would we do?
Thank you, Misty. Okay, intermission. Get the popcorn and the wine ready. Yes, I'm ready. Get the vape and the snacks and the gummies and
everything.
And we'll be back.
All the things. And we'll be back. All right. Bye, you guys. See you over at Allie's. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.